staying with us here on TVC Breakfast. It's now time for us to look at what the papers are reporting this morning. And we'll start with the Nation newspaper. Masari, Al-Makura, Adamu, others. We remain with Tinubu. CPC bloc won't quit APC. And then you have the jump quote here. We align ourselves fully with the economic and governance reforms being undertaken by President Tinubu. PDP governors can't stop coalition train, says Atiku. And then above the masthead, we have why NBA should refund 300 million naira to Rivers by Banwo Adegborua. Inside CBEX 1.3 trillion naira scam, Ponzi scam, EFCC steps in. Yeah, but let's look at this story. Let's look at this political story. Masari, Al-Makura, Adamu, others will remain with Tinubu. So there is this concern about the CPC faction of the All Progressives Congress, that coalition that was formed, in 2014 or thereabouts, the Buhari's camp, collapsing into the AD to form the APC and all of that. They say they still remain with Tinubu, and what do you think about that?
Okay, so of course that conversation had to come up because there's been concerns about within different parties, there are blocks here and there.
That's right.
Recall that even in 2014, a lot of people were concerned that this marriage of strange bedfellows, how will they fare? But so far, so good. They have shown that they are together and to achieve what they want to achieve. And that is the leaf that PDP wants to borrow, although there are those within the party, that's the PDP now, saying we are not borrowing that leaf. We want to go on as we want to. But it is good that they are coming out to make this statement saying, we are still with the APC, we are not moving, we are not shifting grounds. This is where we are committed to. Maybe everything has been going on smoothly for them, and the party has been able to know how to pacify all of them, and their interest has been taken care of. Because what makes most politicians move from one party to the other is when they feel hard done by the party, and so they go elsewhere to look for succor, to feel, okay, this party will do this for me. But so far, so good. It seems that these persons have contributed to the party, and the party has been able to ensure that they are well taken care of, and everybody's needs and demands are met. So if they are saying they are with the party, they are with the party. But if anything changes before 2027, that is left to be seen.
Yes, definitely. And Etoma, if you look at PDP governors can't stop coalition train, says Atiku, and ex-VP hints of likely exit from party. There is another headline that reads, I think he says, if a party is going to, allow him to win or provide for quality governance, why not, if not?
Yeah, Atiku he reminds me of Abraham Lincoln. I just like the fact that he doesn't want to give up and on this presidential bid that he's been pursuing for so long. Yes, if I was spearheading something like this and I'm having people that I was placing my hope on to get this thing to succeed, and some of them are saying, no, look, I will do the same thing Atiku has done. You are not going to stop me. I'm going to continue. Because at a point, he believes that the idea will gain traction and more people will join.
That's right.
And when it comes to Atiku, I feel like he's been very consistent and he's not backing down. You can just see that. Even he's saying about trying to be president. Okay. And he's even saying that.
He's right, though.
Of course, no one is saying that it's not his right. If he feels like one day he will win, we can never tell, And I think I like how he's consistent, because that's the kind of person I am. I'll push. So, I give that to him. And if he feels that but I don't think he's going to leave PDP, actually.
At least he has one support.
But I don't think he's going to leave PDP.
No, he has left PDP and gone to APC and left APC and went back to PDP.
Yes, but I don't think he will leave again. I really don't think he should leave again.
All right, Nigerian News Direct is next. 2027 opposition merger talks stall as coalition accuses PDP of fielding weak candidates. Now, PDP governors face accusations of sabotage. Wike shielding PDP from producing presidential challenger coalition. At least we also had one of the critics of whatever party is in power. I've forgotten the man's name. Saying that El-Rufai is frolicking with PDP and some other party now saying they want to go to SDP. The man said El-Rufai is likely going to be the placeholder for Atiku Abubakar if he's not able to get the ticket.
I like that one.
Yeah, placeholder. We have a placeholder here, but it's one of the systems. Right. Again, Dangote Refinery reduces petrol ex-depot price to 835 naira per litre. That's, we'll say, good news.
Good news.
The price has been yo-yoing, you know, going up and down. In 6 weeks, we've had different, prices. But if you look at it, Veronica, in the southwest, the price will be 900 naira per litre, reduced from 930. In the northwest and north central, the price will be 910, lowered from 940, and in the southeast, south and northeast, it will be 920 naira per litre. It's not Uhuru yet.
Of course, it is not, because you want to compare. Okay, we already see, let me begin this way, that we already see that at the international market there is a drop in price. And so one would have expected that definitely there should be a price drop locally. And then you begin to ask the question, what is the yardstick for determining the prices? Because we can just see certain, drop in prices today, increase in price tomorrow, and then we are just seeing whatever it is happening. A lot of persons are looking for that period when we'll go to the era that happened before the declaration of the removal of fuel subsidy. Can't we move to that point? What is still holding us back? We have seen that all that the government needs to do has been done. The market is open now. So what really are the challenges for these persons? Okay, the matter between crude for swap, Naira swap deal has been resolved. What are the issues that is still hampering us or holding us back from moving forward to that era where we have a situation where the cost of fuel goes back to that point?
That's right.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Right, let's go to this Nigeria. Bandits strike again, kill 15 in Benue. Governor Alia confirms arrest of 3 suspected herdsmen. In Plateau, Mufswang bans night grazing, restricts motorcycles. Yes, we just talked about that at the opening salvo of this program today. But Ria, CBEX investors will get their money back, EFCC assures.
Story.
No, you may not want to doubt them, because they said that they've profiled them, they've been profiling them before now, about 58 of them, different scamming agencies. So they've been profiling them. They are working interagency, internationally with other countries, like FBI, etc. So they are assuring Nigerians that, no, do not worry, don't cry yet, do not commit suicide, you get your money back.
This particular story, I definitely want to follow it to the end. Because
Did you lose money?
I have a friend that lost money.
Oh, now I see.
So I definitely want to follow it to the end.
Right.
I was happy when I saw EFC come out to say that, but my own is that, would we really see, will something really come out? We've heard them say that a number of times, and at the end of the day, the matter just dies down like that. This particular matter, I hope it doesn't die down, and I hope people don't kill themselves before their money comes and they are dead. They need to act fast, actually. If there is something that will be done, it needs to be done fast.
Yeah.
I would say my definition of investment is that I see what I'm buying, I see what I'm putting my money into, and so on. For you to lose money like that is very. My younger sister lost some money in one of those in one of those Ponzi schemes, and thank God we could rally around her, and make up the money she lost. And after heaving a sigh of relief, she started feeling guilty that she's made us lose some money.
Thank God, she had a family.
It's crazy.
And Adamu, just to say something, a lot of people have been affected by this, and we didn't even know. Some of our friends have been affected because we've been talking about it on TV. And recently, I think it was yesterday, my friend was telling me how much that he had lost, and I'm like, what? If EFCC will do something, now is the time. Please don't drag it.
And it has actually allowed some people to create more content. Some setting up the ring light, sit in front of it and start crying.
The story I saw yesterday is crazy with this CBEX matter. That's a lady who, you know how people do contribution, they call them ajo.
Thrifting.
She thrift. And so she carried everything.
Whoa.
She wanted to multiply it on behalf of the customers.
That's a greedy person.
That's
in the balance.
She will CBEX in the
She's been CBEX.
That's very greedy.
Blueprint is next. NSIA assets increased from 2.2 trillion naira to 4.42 trillion naira. 15 million Nigerians at risk of flood disasters in 2025. So we need to act fast. On the bottom strip, we have 2025 UTME, JAMB raises fraud alert, clarifies misleading reports. So we are having people who are trying to CBEX JAMB candidates. Some of them are cloning the JAMB site and using JAMB's special figures, for the want of word, just to scam people, send them messages, and then they'll think that it's actually from JAM. Wow. So it's very important that...
But can we quickly touch on this flood disaster story?
Yeah,
quickly. I want to touch on it because yearly we know that we go through this matter, and what is concerning for me is that we are not putting long-term measures in place. Look at Kogi State, for instance. They are one of the worst hit states. And also Bayelsa, they are some of the worst hit states when these rains come yearly. And it's sad that since 2012, for Kogi State, for instance, no critical measure or concrete measure has been put in place by government. We see NEMA saying they are doing their job the best they can. We see these people still giving us warning signs and all of that. But then what is the state government doing? My concern is we need to put concrete measures in place. We know that climate change is real more than ever before.
That's right.
We need to do something, and we did do that swiftly. And
we should also work on the Lagdo Dam. You know, we've been talking about the Lagdo Dam. Whenever they hope open it, we do not have a buffer dam.
Because the rains are actually here now. So
that's right. Let's go to Punch newspaper. We've taken the story before. 800 naira per litre petrol in sight as oil prices fall. We want to see that. But if you look at this picture right on the front page, emergency rule, Rivers women protest again. Reps panel summons a bus. But these women are now done in red. Before, with the first protest we had was in black. And then the next one we had white. Now we have red. It looks like it's a battle of colors in Rivers State.
Black and red clearly states protest. We are against the decision. White says we are for the decision. And the funny thing for me is that women are the ones that are championing this thing. You know, I think they want to take a leaf from the Aba women riot of those years. When women cry, the men listen. I know that happens to me. I believe it happens to you too. I guess that's the psychology behind it.
Who wants to cry? I'll give you a cup of coffee. Right. That's it. So if you look at the bottom strip, Nigeria cuts power supply to Niger Republic. This following the fact that we do not have enough, power to go around. So we just have to, shrink it down.
You can't give what you don't have, actually.
What you don't have. Hundreds of Boko Haram suspects arrested in Lagos, CJTF. Please keep arresting them. We want peace in the country.
Definitely.
Platform Times is next. Audit report uncovers over 500 ghost workers in Osun. Labour kicks, rector, deputy rector, registrar, bursar, professors affected. Wow. Well, we have over-bloated workforce, and you have people, raking in money when they are not in service. Some of them have left the country, some of them are dead, but others are still. That's
the oldest scam in the civil service.
But how are they not able to rectify it till now, and we're still saying things like this?
My dear, a lot of documents in the civil service are secret. You have to be at a particular position to have access to it. Yeah. So when they are doing those stuff, a very small circle of people know.
That's right.
You get. Until maybe a governor comes and says he wants to do personnel audit, then you see things like this.
Yeah, let's race on. Lagos Assembly moves to enforce tenancy law, curb rent hikes. Yes, we talked about this yesterday.
Amazing.
It's gaining traction.
They're listening, and I'm very happy. The government is listening.
It's gaining traction. Don't erase our ancestral village, Ibadan. Indigents beg Makinde over planned demolition. Let's move on to the next paper, which is the Guardian newspaper. National head count, insecurity, economic concerns trail Tinubu's push for fresh census. So Nigeria is over 200 million. Some will say 250 million. Others will say 220. 221 million.
You have to show your documents first.
221 million and one. Right. Fresh killings in Benue, community claim 10. Wow. And Reps summoned sole administrator as Rivers women demand end to emergency rule. Don't lose faith in democracy, INEC chairman tells African youths. You think that's a good message?
Oh boy, it's difficult to give a plain answer. For the position he occupies, he should say things like that. Yes, it's a good message to the African youths, and I expect that he should also back some of these statements with actions in the policies he comes up with, in the transparency in his the organization that he heads, and so on. So democracy is about justice. Democracy is about transparency, and he sits.
That's right.
He sits in the hot seat, so to say.
That's right. Daily Trust is the last paper to be reviewed here. Veronica, federal government makes peace move to Niger Republic. Tuga meets with country's delegation in Niamey. So we cut light, but then we're having a conversation.
Carrot and stick approach. I mean. So interesting, because we have seen, you know, how Niger and the other countries, Mali and Co, have been speaking. They've been bold about their decisions. Whether you cut the light, whether you cut whatever supply you choose to cut, we can handle our issues. Yes, it may be tough at the beginning, but we have made up our minds that this is the way we want to go, and we are willing to go. Remember, they too imposed some sort of restrictions on ECOWAS countries that they cannot come into their country in whichever way, and they were forming a coalition. Those countries were forming 3 or 4 of them. So let's see which direction this conversation will go, and if they will return to ECOWAS at the end of the day. But definitely, they are positioning themselves in such a way that they would decide on their own terms how they return.
That's right. Ria, let me end with you with this headline. Filling station yet to adjust as Dangote reduces petrol price again. We have less than a minute for you to
why have they these are the things that make me very sad. So why have they not adjusted?
Actually, do not intend to make you sad.
No, but why have they not adjusted the price? And that's why we say this thing all the time. We keep saying government. When it is us, what do we do? That is the problem. Like, why have they not adjusted? What is the reason? And I'm asking them, looking straight into the camera, why have you not adjusted when the prices are supposed to be low? Because you are selling to your fellow Nigerians, not sticks. We can do